Hello ladies and gentlemen, 2019 marks 10 years since we did UBW, Ultimate British Wrestling. My little backyard promotion was going full tilt in 2009. Tonight we present episode 3 of our little fireside ramblings. I really hope you enjoy this. Thank you so much for watching, leave us some comments, and yeah, over to Marc and Dan from the past.
Oh wait, hang on, it's me to pick, isn't it?
You put that one, didn't you?
No, you asked me to talk about salvation.
Do I talk about what I've pulled out?
What is it?
Alex Harte.
I can talk about Alex Harte, but then I get two guys.
Alex Harte.
Alex is cool. It was strange to see like how he was at the start of when he came to UBW to how he was when UBW sort of went folded. I think even at that time he found his character, found his style and everything. I never got to work with him, but I always enjoyed watching his stuff. I think he's doing alright now as well.
Yeah, when he did his matches in UBW, I would never thought he would make it as a professional wrestler. Watching his transformation from what he was in UBW to, you know, the fucking monster that he is.
Yeah, he's beast. He's absolute
so
beast.
Fucking massive. And yeah, that was a wow. Look at this guy. Look at him going as Alexander Henry. He was a fucking. I watched him at various shows, just watching him going, and this guy is phenomenal in the ring. He was so fucking good. Another one that if UBW had kept going, I think I would have faced him, and probably Extreme Dave and Danny Ace would have faced him, and probably would have been really good matches. It's a shame we only got a couple of matches.
Didn't Alex, wasn't he the referee a couple of times as well?
Yeah, one last dance. He didn't want to be on. He didn't want to be on camera, so he was under mask.
Oh right, but he was the ref.
He was the referee. He was the referee at one last dance. Yeah, just didn't want to be on camera.
That is. The worst match. And why? Please give descriptive details of why this was the worst match in your opinion. Because I know what you're going to say.
The worst match, from my opinion, was so bad that we didn't air it. And I think that speaks volumes about the match. It was Mr. Insano versus Ant. Ant was, as far as I know, who's a fan of the show, fan of UBW. And he wanted to come to our taping at Redemption. So the deal was that he was going to face Pete. And Pete told him in explicit details what to do. I don't in any way, shape or form blame Pete for this match, but Ant just didn't do as he was told.
Yeah, no, after a minute. No, not yet. Referee! Robbing me! 1, 2, no, shoulder up, shoulder up. No, that was the finish. That was the finish. Kick him in the balls. Him with the Jack Daniels. That's insane on a high fly. He's toast. Shoulders are up. Go. 1, 2, 3.
And that, it's a match that never aired. It's available out there. If you look, if you know what you're looking for, it's out there. But we never think about it. Every match that we ever filmed, we put on a Recoil or a free preview, apart from that one, which should tell you everything you need to know.
I can't disagree with that then. That's, you know, yeah, can't disagree with that. Extreme Dave.
Extreme Dave.
Well, not so Extreme Dave, as he's come to be known.
Apparently Extreme Dave. So, as a wrestler, Extreme Dave is up there with the best. As a character, up there with the best.
What was his character? Because he's called Extreme Dave. Yeah, I know,
everything he did was to the extreme.
Right, okay.
I love.
Well, wouldn't Mr. Extreme be better?
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
But I loved the fact that he had his own entrance music. It was individual. I love the fact that literally from day one he did that fucking ridiculous dive off the fucking wall. That established the fact that he was extreme.
Yeah.
His feud with Danny Ace is amazing. His feud with Johnny Magnum is even better somehow. They managed to put 4 matches on, one after the other. It's just one better after better. I really hoped that he would have his feud with Magnum and then have his feud with Pain. And if you think about it, remember I was saying before about the Swinney storyline. So Swinney wins the belt and he beats everyone who's beaten already. So imagine if he faced Dave, and Dave had beaten Magnum and then in a feud, and then beaten Pain in a feud. He goes into the title match and there's a good feeling that Dave's gonna win this match, isn't he? And that's what I really wanted from Dave. But our feud just, I don't know. We had a match, BBW Retribution, that was really fucking good and everyone loved it, and then our UBW matches just weren't very good at all. I think we're both our season's beating match told the wrong story, because it was a Cham Pain makes Dave tap out, which is still lovely and well, but it's not the story it should have been. And then we had the match Redemption, which was going really well until I broke Dave with the breaking back rope of doom.
The thing is, with Dave, I mean, I just want to ask you something. I only remember Dave working with me, you, Johnny. That's it. I don't remember him having matches with anybody else.
Well, you got to remember the thing with Dave is that he was the freak.
Well, yeah, spoilers.
So he had many matches.
Yeah, but no, I mean, as Extreme Dave.
As Extreme Dave.
And Max, that was it.
Yeah, the match with Max at Doomsday.
Because I remember.
Then you, and then Johnny, and then me.
Because I remember on the day we were going to do his retirement match or whatever it was, his last match, he was saying, you know, before I go, I don't know if anyone else remembers this, but before I go, I want to face, you know, Crusher J, I want to face K-Bar, I want to face Alex Hart. He was basically listing all the people that he hadn't fought before. And, you know, like I said, I don't remember Dave having a match with anybody outside of us four.
Yeah, interesting that.
Yeah, but I love my feud with Dave. You know, Dave's one of those guys, you hit him and he hits you back harder. And very easy to work with.
Would you please talk about the RWL guys? So VALO and Craig Steele, and whatever Craig Steele was before, or indeed or after what he was before, he was Craig Steele.
I remember I didn't know who they were. I didn't meet them. I saw them wrestle. I saw Johnny versus VALO, and then they had their spot fest. But I remember the one thing that kind of bugged me about them was, you know, like I said, I didn't meet them, so I haven't got any, you know, personality opinion of them. But they kind of separated themselves from the rest of us when they were there. They sat on like a different sort of side of the grass, if you want to call it that. But yeah, and I was like, well, why aren't you going to sit with us lot? So that's just the only thing I really remember about them. How did they get involved? Like, where did they come from?
Both me and Peter have been fans of the RWL for quite a while, because they either had a ring, and they had their matches were spot fest. Don't forget me wrong, but they were what we were sort of aspiring to be.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought if we have them evolved, they'll.
How did you get in contact with them?
I think I got into it with VALO because he was the main man. Corey Carver, his name is. Yeah, I got into it with Corey and just like, would you be interested in coming and put it on a match? Just put on an exhibition match. And then we had the idea while they were there of why don't we do it so that if one of our guys loses to the RWL guys, they face the execution. Now I think it was just such a brilliant storyline. Why the fuck not? Let's do it. It just became apparent to all the roster, like after the Doomsday taping, like, can we just not do this again? Because they were. It was almost like there was the Salvation match, especially. I think they were. Did
they feel like they were better than you guys?
It was it was by putting on their match first. It was one of those, how the fuck can we ever live up to this? And the only way we could do it, we just felt. I'm sure as a group, we just felt. their matches are spot fests. We tell stories.
Yeah.
And we were, I think, as a group, we were just like, we don't want this. This is not what we want at all. We're all happy to put, like at Doomsday, the RWL exhibition match was like the second or third match on the card. It didn't, there's this. Putting it at Salvation was as the first match was on reflection is a really fucking bad idea.
Yep.
Really bad. Should not have done that at all.
How did they respond to what you guys were doing?
I don't really. I remember they marked out for the. I remember them marking out. If you watch the original footage of the Salvation 4-way, you can hear them marking out in the background. They seem to like what they see. I just felt that the way they. We had all our guys sat together, like you mentioned before. We had all our guys sat together, and for the 2 tapings that they did, they sat on their own. The 3 of them. The 2 or 3 of them. I was just like, oh no, that's not cool. Because every other taping that we did, all the guys were sat together, and it made for a better atmosphere. It's like, it was, it wasn't them sort of thing. So I'm glad they were part of our show, but at the same time, they didn't do anything to promote us, as far as I know. And I'm sure they just went away going, well, we've put on the best match of the show.
Anyway, can you talk about Recoil?
So, as well as doing monthly free previews, one of the things we really wanted to do in UBW was Recoil, our own TV show. I've got a lot of memories of UBW Recoil. The opening package was always fucking brilliant because using Lynchpin by Fear Factory was just fucking brilliant, perfect music. I always wanted Recoil to be at least 2 matches. Sometimes the matches don't have anything to do with any of the storylines. There's just a match that is one UBW guy versus another UBW guy, and that will make people want to tune into the show to see UBW guy versus UBW guy that wasn't on free preview. And of course, UBW was meant to, Recoil was meant to, and of course, Recoil was meant to advance storylines. But I think one of my overriding things is that Recoil is good, but it could be so much better. A lot of people did promos from their bathrooms, from their living rooms, which I think makes the product look shit. It's one of those, why can't we just do all the promos in the same place and it will be better? And I think that towards the end, when originally we were doing 2 Recoils per free preview, and after the Prove It taping, it became that we were doing 1 per free preview. So you had to get everything ready for the next free preview on 1 episode of Recoil, which really made Recoil suffer because it felt rushed. But at the same time, there are episodes of Recoil that are, not only have got really good pace, really good storylines. There are Recoils that I love where, the best example of a Recoil I adore is the one that happens after Prove It, which is where the opening segment is Danny Ace talking to Max Carnage about how he's just won the championship, and Cham Pain attacks him, and that sets up a 3-way match later on, which is Cham Pain versus Danny Ace versus GOOGOOBOY. And then the match is paced beautifully, and it means that the match is where Danny Ace makes it so that GOOGOOBOY wins by pinning Cham Pain, and then cuts a promo on Cham Pain, setting up the match that follows at Retribution. It's just really cleverly done, and you can tell that on shows like that it's really fucking good.
Well, my belief was that Recoil was sort of the reasons why the matches at the free previews are happening. You needed something like that to because you at the time didn't you just put like individual promos and stuff up on the website? You didn't really have it tied together. So this was something to sort of advance that and to have a reason to care about the matches that happened at the free preview. And like you said, you had the opportunity to see matches which weren't on free preview as well. So that was, from my understanding, what the purpose of Recoil was. When was the decision made to make Recoil? Who came up with the idea?
I think Recoil came about because there was 3 months between our Relentless taping and the Salvation taping. We taped Salvation in the March of 2009, so we had a lot of time between the 2 shows. So we wanted to if we can start doing Recoil, then we can have a couple. We can have something showing to keep people's interest. And as soon as Salvation taping done, we'll start off with new footage. But so it was new promos with old matches. The first couple were, and then we taped a lot of matches at Salvation. We taped a lot of matches at Salvation taping in general, but a lot more of them were for Recoil than people probably thought at the time.
So there we have it. There's another episode of our UBW musings round the fireside. I apologise for the slurring of the words, but of course we were quite drunk by this point. Don't get me wrong though, there are many, many more parts to come, and I really hope you're enjoying these. Join us again in episode 4.